to play the Shaiapouf theme. Together we will go over some of the hardest parts in the sheet music, so let's get started. The first half of the song is not as difficult as the second half of the song, and probably the first part you will encounter that is a little bit difficult is in the sixth bar. In the sixth bar you will have to play an E3 or an A on the E string, followed by a note on the D string, which is 2 strings below the E string. So you have to make a quick string change from the E string to the D string. Now what I don't recommend is to take the bow off the string and put it quickly on the D string. Instead, place the bow on the E string, play the note, and then make the change really quickly by just moving your bow over the A string to the D string. So first you will touch the E string, A, D. And probably you will have to practice this slowly. And then gradually speed this up until you can play it. You can find the full speed play-alongs of this song on my channel, so if you are looking to see every specific note that I'm playing in this tune, definitely have a look at those play-alongs. In this video I will go over some of the hardest parts in those play-alongs and give some extra instruction for those parts, so it gets a little bit easier to learn the song. Another rather difficult part is in the 14th bar, where we will be playing this. And at that part we are switching from a third finger in third position on D directly to the first finger on the G string. And again, I recommend to practice this slowly. And play the note. First move to first position on the D string on the third finger. So first move your third finger back into first position. And only after that move to the other string. So basically you're playing 3. Quickly switch your hand back to third finger in first position on the D string, but don't play it. And then play first finger. So you can use the third finger as an anchor note. Like that. And of course you have to practice that quite a lot in order to play it correctly and to play it as fast as it is played in the song. Another thing that is difficult in this theme, of course, is the second part of the sheet music, where you will have to play a lot of notes on one bow stroke. For instance, over here. Parts like that. And the only thing that I can recommend for that part is, of course, you can practice it slowly first, but sometimes it also gets more difficult if you play it slowly because you run out of bow. Which brings me to the most important tip, is that to use a lot of bow and to make sure that on the moment you want to play a passage with a lot of notes on one bow stroke, make sure to bow in the note before all the way until the end. So you have all the bow left for the next passage. So all the way, so actually if you feel like you're running out of bow on a passage, make sure that in the passage before you make sure to end either all the way at the tip or all the way at the frog of the bow, so that you will have enough bow for all the notes that you want to play. Another difficult part is in the 25th bar, where we are playing a trill and playing slurs at the same time. It goes like this. What I recommend here is to first, of course, play the note. This is not the difficult part yet, but over here, play the trill. And then move your bow to the D string, but don't remove the first finger from the A string yet. So you don't have to worry about that at all, because you're playing an open D string anyway, so play. And then on the moment you are playing the D string, which is definitely much easier than playing the trill, you have your time to get your fingers ready again and play on. After that, the rhythm is rather challenging. We will get a longer A And the thing that I recommend in this part is to listen to the play-alongs as often as you can and trying to play along with me. And maybe you even want to try to sing along in the play-alongs if you feel like it is a little bit difficult to play along. So the rhythm really gets into, you really feel the rhythm. And I guess that if you still have any troubles playing the rhythm, please don't practice it on your own. Because sometimes it can happen that we get used to the wrong rhythm and then it gets so much harder to get into the right rhythm. So in this part, I really recommend to play along with the play-alongs that I provided and to really try to start to feel the rhythm before you play it all the way on your own. Now, another thing that I can recommend to do is that if you are practicing the part, for instance, the 28th bar, there's another little thing that you can do. So normally, actually, the notes go like this. It is first a note of 2 counts, and then afterwards you are playing t d d d d d d d. So it is just 4 16th notes after that. So what makes the notes difficult is that actually first you play 2 beats and then you will have to add 1 16th note before you go on playing. So actually the note is 2 beats plus 1 16th, 2 1 16th. That is the length of the note, and the 1 16th makes it difficult. Actually 2 beats is not that difficult. So what you could do in your head is just imagine the note is only 2 beats. So you think like this: 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. That is what you think in your head, and you just don't move the bow in the other direction. Maybe this sounds a little bit weird if you're not knowing what I'm talking about, but this really helps me in this kind of situation, so maybe it helps you too. So 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and just goes like this: 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. And also another tip, if you have any difficulties with the rhythm, please remove the bone for the time that you're practicing the rhythm and just focus on the rhythm. So just remove all the slurs from the song, just practice the rhythm first, and after you got the rhythm you can add the slurs again. That makes it much more easy to learn the rhythm correctly. The last thing I want to mention is that there's many fermata signs in the song. The fermata sign basically means that you can play the note for as long as you wish. And in the original version of this song, this is also done. The player actually takes her time for every single fermata note. They don't directly play on. Now, of course, I did so in the play-alongs. I didn't take my time for the fermata notes because I wanted to know what the original rhythm sounds like. But in the end, if you're playing this song or this tune by yourself, you can choose how long you want to play the notes with the fermata signs. So, for instance, in this part, you can play that note down long. You can kind of make it your own, and actually I recommend even not to play it like I did. That's not as nice, right, as... So actually the song needs to be played a little bit free and not completely like you know, but really try to make it your own and really put a lot of feeling in the song. And that means that in this song you can also sometimes slow down and not play every note exactly the length that it is written. So yeah, these are my tips for practicing this song. I wish you good luck practicing. This is definitely a challenging song for most violin players, so I wish you good luck learning. There's a lot of challenging rhythms, there's a lot of position play into the song, and in general it is always challenging to play a solo piece like this beautiful, but I know you can do it if you keep practicing. Don't worry if it takes you a few months to practice this song until you get it the way you want it to be. Sometimes it takes a lot of time to practice a song, but in the end it will be worth it because it is so beautiful and it is a really great solo piece. So good luck practicing and see you around in another tutorial.